This is the Idaho 4 case MPD document sequence number 15. The first paragraph is about a tip received from the local women's shelter. 2 employees from a shelter came to the police station and filed a report regarding an incident that they felt could be related to what happened to the 4 students on November 13, 2022. They stated on October 21, 2022, an unidentified white male came into the women's shelter asking to speak to someone. He asked for snacks and seemed to be under the influence. He was talking about a female friend who was in an abusive relationship and stated that he was afraid he would hurt her abusive boyfriend due to the behavior. Officers Morris and Rosinski asked them if they had had any contacts with any of the victims, and they said they didn't and that they don't have any of their contacts documented. This would have been a few weeks before the tragedy at 1122 King Road. The second part of the report is about a student with the initials AA that the Moscow Police Department interviewed due to him going into Gritmen Medical Center with cuts on his hand on November 13, 2022. A stated he cut his hand on November 12 around 8 p.m. while trying to cut chicken for a sandwich. He said his hospital bracelet stated he went to the medical center at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on November 13. Page 2 states that AA lived at a redacted fraternity house and that the laceration was on his right hand, and he provided a photograph of it. He stated he had seen Ethan twice at parties, but did not know the females. A described his activities on the Saturday, November 12 as spending all day at the Treehouse, an off-campus house on Taylor Avenue associated with his fraternity, located near 1122 King Road. He said he left the Treehouse around 7:30 p.m. and went back to the redacted fraternity house on Elm Street. He said he was drinking all night with his friends LM and CK, and that he went to bed around 4 a.m. He provided a phone number for his friend initial M. Officer Rosinski spoke to M later at the redacted fraternity house. M said he and A were walking downstairs at the fraternity house, and that AA missed a step and fell into the window. He stated at the time neither of them saw any blood. According to him, AA was extremely intoxicated and thought he had cut his hand later while cutting chicken, but that M believed he cut it on the glass. AA said he was willing to sign a consent form for medical records. He said he couldn't remember if he cut his hand on the window or with the knife. The officer went with A to the redacted fraternity house, and A showed him a broken window. In the last part of the document, Officer Morris describes speaking with a redacted office, probably an apartment rental office on Main Street regarding a person of interest, J.S., who lived at the redacted apartments, thought by this channel to be the Queen Road apartments where BLOOD was found in an apartment in another document. It is next door to the crime scene. The employee D confirmed J.S. lived at the apartment alone. They said they did offer free internet service to tenants. D said they could not see who used the service. The officer asked if any tenants tried to get out of their leases recently, and D said no. They said S started his lease on July 18 of 2022. The employee remembered S because his father was adamant on getting him the apartment. Officer Morris responded to the cable company to see if S utilized their internet service. The employee provided a paper with all tenants from redacted Queen Road that used it. S did not use the service. The officer then goes on to say he was asked to follow up on individuals connected to the victims or people of interest and describes getting contact information for people with initials MB, DB, NF or NB, JH or JP, and CB.